What's good, everybody? Good morning. We back for another channel upload. You see what's in the background for this video. Let's get right into it, bro. I think last night I might have personally witnessed one of the biggest playoff collapses I've ever seen in my life. That was absolutely insane to watch. I gotta say this, man. I had the Timberwolves in 6 games. Obviously after a game like that, you start to rethink what your predictions were. But let's just talk about the game. So when the Grizzlies come into the Target Center, the Timberwolves were playing outstanding basketball. They were blowing them out. They were up almost 30 points. And while I'm watching the game, I'm in a group chat. Shout out to all my group chat homies. I'm in a group chat and I'm telling my homies, listen, they're up by 30 points. They need to attack the rim. They need to stop settling for all of these three-point shots. They need to stay physical and do what got them to attack the rim. And then off of that, you can generate high-quality shots. Instead, they kept settling basket after basket after basket. And I put a lot of the blame for this game on Karl-Anthony Towns. And I love Karl-Anthony Towns. I said going into the series, there was a chance that he could be the best player in this series. And he had 8 points in five. For you to be in foul trouble this bad, we talk a lot about Jaren Jackson being in foul trouble, but for you to be an offensive player for the Timberwolves, if you to play this bad, it's unacceptable. If he played an average game without the foul trouble, they win this game. When they needed buckets down the stretch, instead of looking for his own shot, he was passive and he passed out to others, which created more settled threes instead of getting to the basket and being consistent because he was afraid to get offensive fouls. It was a very disappointing performance. But what makes this one of the worst playoff chokes or collapses ever, to me at least, is the fact that they were up 20 at multiple times in the game because Memphis punched back, then they punched back in the third and balloon the lead up higher, and then Memphis comes back again, twice in one game. My bad, y'all, somebody called me. But what makes this so bad for the Timberwolves is the fact that you had a great opportunity to go up 2-1 and you're dominating them in your home building. Had they won this game, you could argue they have the psychological advantage over the Memphis Grizzlies. But instead, they lose. And we talked a lot about the Timberwolves, but let's put some respect on Memphis. The biggest component of me choosing them to win is because of the Steven Adams and Karl-Anthony Towns mismatch. What they've effectively done is they've not played Steven Adams, and I questioned if Brandon Clark could sustain that. Brandon Clark was damn near the MVP for Memphis. Anytime they needed some easy basket, it felt like he was the one that was scoring it. He was physical. He was getting rebounds. I love the way that he played basketball. Desmond Bane, phenomenal. Way to show up and hit big shots on the road. Bane does not get enough credit for that. I also had him in the most improved player conversation for this season, and you're seeing why. He's showing up outside of that game one performance, and I just think that Memphis as a whole, they're playing well. And again, this is not me backpedaling because you have heard my takes. I said the Timberwolves could win this series. I said I had the Timberwolves in 6, but I said I would not be surprised if the Grizzlies were able to turn this completely around. But for me, it was based off of Cat being the best player in this series and him consistently dominating his matchup. And outside of game 1, Karl-Anthony Towns has failed to do that because of foul trouble and lack of aggression. And for the coaching staff for the Timberwolves, they need to have a concerted effort to attack the basket. Same goes for Anthony Edwards, same goes for D'Lo, and same especially goes for the best player in the team in Cat. No excuses. That was a bad performance. But we're going to get to some other playoff games. Let's get to another collapse by the Utah Jazz. That's right. Utah played the Mavericks without Luka Doncic yet again, and you saw them just collapse again, man. Jalen Brunson's getting paid, okay? Jalen Brunson's getting paid. I just think for Utah, it's time to blow it up. I had the Jazz in 6 because I was like, there's no way y'all come out here and y'all lose to the Mavericks without Luka Doncic consistently. I just didn't buy it. And the fact that Jalen Brunson is eating the way that he's eating is the testament to how terrible and how horrific their perimeter defense is, and also how elite the Mavericks defense is. Because what the Mavericks are effectively doing is they're playing good enough defense to where they're shooting more threes than what the Jazz are, and they're limiting the quality of look that the Jazz get. The Jazz's offense is a very simple offense, and they're kind of clamping them right now, on top of the fact that the Mavericks are just getting out, getting to the basket at free will, and generating high-quality shots. And all night, that's what was happening. And then in the fourth, the big shot by Spencer Dinwiddie, like, it's just demoralizing stuff. I think the Jazz are done. I think Luka comes back in the next game, and I don't think that they'll be able to compete for the rest of this series. I should probably pivot my projection, but I still think the Jazz can at least get one more game. But this is so embarrassing for the Jazz to come back home after splitting on the road and lose immediately to a team without its best player. This is absolutely shameful behavior. All right, but that brings us to the final game of the night, the Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets. Jokic was phenomenal, 37 points. He played really good basketball. He tried his best with the team on his back. But like I've been saying, bro, like, the Warriors are a legit team, and I'm going to have like an individual video on my team coming very, very soon. They just play good basketball, man. Draymond, his defense, like, I need you to understand, Draymond is the reason why you can get away with going small in that lineup, because Jokic has no answer for Draymond at all. Like, there's literally no answer, and it's kind of insane for me to see, like, the way that he's still dealing with Jokic individually, and at least making it a winnable matchup to where you can still get away with going small. And when you saw Steph Curry, when you saw Klay Thompson, when you saw Jordan Poole, the plays they were making were absolutely ridiculous. Steph had 27 off the bench. Jordan Poole had 27. I think Klay had 26. All three of them almost had 30 in the same game. And then you have Andrew Wiggins, who, again, is fitting into the perfect role I thought he would. Rebounder, defender, 15 to 16 points per game, but a really, really good defender. And a low-maintenance guy who's playing the Harrison Barnes type of role, but he's fitting in perfectly. And when you look at it, that offensive rebound that he had, like he's going to have a lot of underrated plays that nobody talks about, but he's also a big part of why they can play that lineup because of his physicality and his sense of where to be. He played phenomenal as well. So to me, this is not an indictment on Jokic, but it's more so big ups to the Warriors for how good they are. But Denver's going home. This might be a sweep at this point. I think the series is over. But yeah, that's all the series from yesterday. Again, I'm very disappointed with the way that the Timberwolves closed out that game. But that's how NBA playoff basketball is, man. So, and on cue, that's my alarm. So, we're gonna head out of here. I'll catch y'all in the next recap video, but I also have an individual Warriors breakdown coming soon, maybe today. We'll see. But hope y'all accomplish y'all goals and all of that. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Timberwolves playoff collapse. But peace.